Z Zombies Year 92 Part 8 Clocktime. CHRONICOF100YEARSTHE HDP. To the 4th Broth Zeta. On the next reconnaissance mission, Edie, Anika, and Sean encounter a caravan of northern merchants who loaded their goods on rare animals which they recognized as horses. The reconnaissance mission had begun like any other, with Sean joking about how his shadow was the only one that remained loyal, Edie commenting on the usefulness of searching for walkers when more they sought, less they found, and Anika, with her grace that seemed to challenge the desolation that surrounded them, only laughing at them. On reaching a hill, the trio saw the caravan slowly advancing, its figures cut against the dusty horizon. What caught the attention of the three was not the merchandise, but the animals that carried it. Horses, creatures that they had thought were extinct that they saw outside of old videos and illustrations, now live in the caravan of merchants. Sean couldn't resist. "Look, express service!" he cried out, pointing to the horses with a smile. He turned his eyes and said, "Yes, of course, and I'm sure they'll give you back the powder if you don't get the order." Anika, for her part, approached the merchants with a charming smile. "What good are they bringing from the north?" he asked, with his soft and sweet, turned voice floating in the wind that lifted the dust around him. The merchants, they introduced themselves. Their chief, Maxwell, commented that they came from the north, from the mountains, that after a good harvest and the long absence of zombies, decided to extend their trips, and that they had heard in more than one of the communities about the advantages of La Raza Buena, and showed their interest in trade, resistant seeds, medicines, and, most surprisingly, books and salt. All to negotiate so many grams of powder for the transaction. Sean and Edie joined the conversation. "Yes, very interesting," said Edie, "but we don't bring powder even to pay for a potato. And what do these weapons work with? Or are they ornamented?" "No, this is not negotiated, it is for official use," he replied, "and we are in the middle of our field operations, and every time we find more ambulance, it's reasonable to have gunpowder. You can turn to ROSABUENA. If possible, try to arrive in the daytime. The night guards are not usually joyfully friendly." Al and the merchants withdrew. Anika was left with a bad taste of mouth. "What are you doing, Anika?" asked Edie. "Nothing, you care. That Maxwell left me a bad taste of mouth. And what have you been putting in your mouth lately?" asked malicious Sean. "Ugly pig." Anika robbed him. "What is a pig?" The question floated in the air for a couple of seconds as the electro-solar vehicle maneuvered. "What do you remember?" "Some animals that were raised to eat and used to feed them with any kind of garbage." He answered, "In one of those chariots that dragged these horses, there were several rather small." "These thin beasts," said Sean. "I thought they were chakals. And they don't seem to be very edible," referring to the little, malnourished frogs that he couldn't recognize. "It's good," said Edie. "We'll be there soon, and with a surplus of battery, which adds points and more grams of prized powder, today we can go to the diner, spend 90 and order a pigeon of 1 kilo, with sweet chili and drink a couple of potatoes, and tomorrow we're eaten by zombies," he said, pretending he didn't care. The prospect of a hot meal at the diner that night gave everyone something to hope for. Despite Edie's joke about being devoured by the zombies the next day, there was a tacit understanding between them. Every moment of normality, every laugh shared, every bite of food was an assertion that they were still alive. And so, with the electro-solar vehicle whispering gently under the sky, they headed TOTHELASTHOUROFTHELATE towards La Raza Buena, ready to face what would come with sarcasm, humor, and, of course, a little sensuality. In the outskirts of the abandoned city, Edie, Sean and Anika, on a mission over the ruined old airport, invaded by nature. A crash from the back of a hangar leads to the Discovery Arunas combat aircraft and a pair of helicopters, these containing skeletons and... "Again skeletons," said Shoni, "seems to be on purpose." "Yes," said Edie, "and we have to make the idea that we're going to find many more, even if we know the population numbers before the ETA. We can't give ourselves an idea of how many dead there were." and many remains are better preserved by these casual protections, completed Annika, who looked to the opposite side as the security protocol prayed at all times. Observe the perimeter. The collapse had revealed not only the skeletons of those who once were pilots and passengers, they also found a forgotten arsenal. Among the remains, he found discolored maps and personal diaries. Sean discovered a box of still functional light signals, and Annika, with her eye for the valuable, uncovered a number of communication units that could contain crucial information about the days before the collapse. The fighter plane, it was with its corroded fuselage. Helicopters, although useless as flying machines, offered shelter and parts that could be exchanged or reused. Flying machines. Said SHO, and this can get us a boost. GRASCISO, Annika spit on him. The joke is so bad that it left I'd rather keep my feet on the ground. What flies can fall, Annika, always practical, commented. We have to come up with a plan on how we could transport some of the lighter parts back to La Rosablina. The exploration of the ruined airport provided unexpected resources. Edie, Sean, and Annika found a new determination to move forward, taking the recovered pieces with them. When they had already loaded the vehicle to maximum capacity, including a good couple of kilos of the ammunition on one of the copters, they heard the irregular steps of the walkers. Annika was not distracted in screaming or warning, lifted up her rifle and shot down the two closest, and before they fell to the ground, Edie and Sean were already completing the deactivation of the others. Without words, they recharged their ammunitions. My turn, and Sean said, "Shit, they were close." "Very close," said Edie. And while Annika was gonna take pictures of the dropped walkers as analysis material, Edie said, "Myron, they're cool. These have been infected for a few weeks, but I don't recognize those clothes. They shouldn't be from around here." The tension of the moment dissipated as quickly as it had arrived. The silence that followed the confrontation of the constant threat of the walkers. Annika, with her usual efficiency, captured images of the fallen, looking for clues on her clothes that revealed more about their origin. "It's weird," Sean commented, examining the bodies from a safe distance. "These bats don't look like any of the bands we know." He assented, his mind already analyzing the possible implications. They could be from some distant community, from some other caravan, or worse, they could be the advance of a big wave. "We need to put the radio on alert." Annika checked her camera and turned to them, her serious expression. "We will need more than powder if this is a sign of what may come." With a silent agreement, they loaded the last parts into the vehicle and prepared to leave. The return to La Rosablina would be full of vigilance, with each reflecting on the encounter and what it meant for their future. The night fell like a stone as they moved away from the airport and advanced in the growing darkness, with a suspicion of a new threat. The next morning, as they prepared for the task ahead, Edie, Sean, and Annika shared the understanding with a determination to do what was necessary to survive. At dawn, they went out with two more teams for a larger operation to secure every useful piece they could recover from the old airport, every gram of useful items that could give them an advantage. And they left for the airport, ready to recover what the past had left them. Courage and cunning. As the convoy slipped around the abandoned city with the sun on the horizon of cones of fire and blood, Edie, at the wheel, kept his gaze fixed on the SENDER, while Annika checked the photos over and over again, looking for some detail that had been overlooked. What if they are explorers of some city? Bruno suggested, breaking the silence. "While you're breaking up an axle, maybe they come from places we don't have on the maps." Annika, always the skeptic, whispered. "Or maybe they are little ones," he said, "sent to study our defenses before an attack." The possibility hanged in the air like the smell of shit, and everyone knew that they could not rule out any possibility. The Rosablina had survived thanks to her caution and ability FRONDANGER. Upon arrival at the RESTOFTHEARTORTHEACHEYORGAMITHERTHERTHEARTEAMS, Misha, the leader of the Bravo team, approached with a serious gesture. "There are more of them," he, pointing east. "And you're not alone. Something big is moving." The teams were deployed, each with its mission, but united by a common goal. As Edie and his crew were entering the airport, Anika said, "I have the same feeling as when merchants were looking at my ass." Sean, the view in the perimeter. He ordered Edie in an official tone, "At least as long as we are in operations," he added with a scratched eye. "What a pair of idiots," pointed out Micah, surrounding the remains of the helicopter, while the mechanical MECS, who had arrived with Bravo equipment, began to disassemble parts of the systems that could be reconditioned or reused. The search continued and was meticulous. Every corner inspected, every shadow investigated. And among the debris, they found something unexpected, a diary with pages worn out by time and exposure. Anika carefully opened it, and the words written in a hurry revealed a story of despair and a warning that could. 22 July. Today, the streets are quiet. We are less and less. I've decided. If anyone, someday somebody finds these words. 5 August, we found a group of survivors to the north. They said they were going to a place where you can live like before, which is called Eden and which is protected by August 29th. If you're reading this, run away from Eden Cheating for promises of safety and food. Leaving this diary in the air to serve as a warning. That luck on your side, that of Eden was true, but not that which is not refuge. It's a trap.